One of the worst parts about being a trainer at work is that even if I'm not vibing with someone, even if I don't really understand that person's jokes or sense of humor, or I don't like that person as a human being, I still have to train them no matter what. I can hate that person more than anything in the world, and I would still have to train them. And the best example of this is, I want to say like 2 months ago, there was a dude. He quit after working for like 3 days. But I had to train him. He was a year younger than me, I think. And at first, he was a chill dude. We were talking, I was making my little sarcastic jokes as I do, and we were getting along. Now, every time I would talk to him, he would stand like right here to me. Like this was me and him. He was almost touching me every single time we were talking. But whatever, I moved past it. Then he started flirting a little, and I was getting a little scared. And he started talking Japanese under his breath. Weird. So me being me, I was like, that's really weird. Can I ask you why you're talking Japanese under your breath? This man turns to me and he says, oh, well, I'm investing in Bitcoin. I don't know if you know what Bitcoin is, but I plan on being rich, and that way I don't have to work by the time I'm 18 and I'm going to move to Japan. And then I was like, oh, I know what Bitcoin is, but okay. And he said, really? You're smarter than you look. So I was like, what is that? What do you mean by that? And he was like, well, like you just kind of looked like illiterate when I first saw you. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, because you're like, I don't know, you didn't look Mexican to me. You look like something else, but I just thought you were illiterate. So I was like, okay, whatever. I moved past it. Then, me and my coworker, I'm taking her to prom, right? Because she didn't go to prom last year. So I'm taking her to prom with me platonically, and I bring it up, and he was like, oh, but like, are you bringing a guy? And I was like, no. And he was like, but like, what guy are you bringing? And I was like, I'm not bringing a guy, I'm bringing her, we're going as friends. And then as a joke, me and her were like, we're lesbians. We were just joking about it, because obviously he was irked about the fact that I was taking a girl. He's like, I've always wanted to see lesbians. Never mind, I shouldn't say that. And I literally told him, I was like, if you think I'm not gonna like what you're gonna say, I suggest you don't say it, so thank you. And then he was like, well, I've just always like, I'm just dirty minded. And I was like, then don't say it. It's that simple. I know what he was thinking. But anyways, he also called the server hot and then said she looks like his cousin 5 minutes later, and then got mad when I told people, which is like, that is weird. And then at the end of the shift, we found out that he had a girlfriend, and then on top of that, he started asking people when I would work and stuff, and he would always ask me before I would leave, are you gonna train me? Can you train me? And yeah, he was just really scary, and I get nervous every time I have to train people now.